everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to this video. In this video, we wanted to share with you the Lululemon lesson when the premium brands meet reality. Today, we wanted to share with you as to how the athleisure king has toppled and what it reveals about the fragile nature of the fashion dominance. For over a decade, Lululemon has been the poster child for premium retail success. The Canadian brand transformed simple athletic wear into luxury lifestyle statements, commanding triple-digit prices for leggings while maintaining enviable profit margins that made Wall Street swoon. But 2025 has delivered a harsh reminder that in fashion, yesterday's must-have can quickly become today's markdown rack filler. The perfect storm. Lululemon's recent struggles aren't just a result of single misstep, but rather a convergence of forces that have collectively undermined what once seemed an unshakable market position. Understanding this perfect storm offers valuable insights for any brand operating in a volatile intersection of fashion, lifestyle, and premium retail. The fashion cycle turns. Fashion has always been cyclical, but the speed of these cycles has accelerated dramatically in the social media age. The same fitted figure-hugging aesthetic that made Lululemon synonymous with aspirational wellness culture has suddenly fallen out of favor. The pendulum has swung decisively towards oversized, relaxed silhouettes that prioritize comfort over form. This shift represents more than just changing preferences. It reflects a fundamental cultural moment. The pandemic reshaped how we think about clothing, prioritizing genuine comfort over the performance of looking put together. As the remote work normalized and athleisure became everyday wear rather than gym to coffee attire, consumers began seeking authentic comfort rather than clothes that merely suggested an active lifestyle. This leads us to the product strategy disconnect. Perhaps more damaging than the external fashion trends has been Lululemon's apparent disconnection from the core customer base. The brand's expansion into new categories like shoes, heavily logoed apparel targeting younger demographics, and broader casual wear has felt forced rather than organic. When your most loyal customers look at your products with confusion rather than desire, you've fundamentally misread your market. This represents a classic premium brand dilemma. How to grow without alienating the consumers who make you successful in the first place. Lululemon's misstep wasn't necessarily in pursuing growth, but in pursuing growth that felt inauthentic to their brand DNA. The result has been products that satisfy neither the established base nor successfully attract new demographics. The marketing efficiency trap. Lululemon's historically lean marketing approach, relying primarily on word of mouth and community building rather than traditional advertising, worked brilliantly when the brand was culturally ascendant. But this strategy has become a liability when the cultural momentum has shifted. While competitors invest heavily in celebrity partnerships, collaborations with trendy designers, and splashy campaigns, Lululemon's more restrained approach has left them looking stale by comparison. The emergence of competitor brands like Hello and Beauty, which have embraced more aggressive marketing strategies and influencer partnerships, demonstrates how quickly the competitive landscape can shift. In an attention economy, being quietly excellent isn't always enough, especially when your products are becoming less culturally relevant. The economic headwinds and the external pressures. Now, beyond the brand-specific challenges, Lululemon is also grappling with broader economic forces that disproportionately impact premium retailers. When consumers face inflation and economic uncertainty, luxury athleisure often represents an easy cut from the household budgets. Unlike the luxury goods which can maintain their appeal through exclusivity, premium athletic wear faces challenge of justifying high prices for what are essentially basic garments. The company's exposure to global supply chain disruptions and trade policy changes also adds another layer of complexity. With significant manufacturing in Vietnam and fabric sourcing from China, tariff policies directly impact the cost. The elimination of import duty exemptions for smaller shipments particularly affects e-commerce operations, forcing difficult decisions about whether to absorb the cost or pass them to increasingly price-sensitive customers. Let's also talk about the commoditization challenge. Perhaps the most troubling for Lululemon's long-term prospect is the increasing commoditization of their core products. Athletic wear, particularly the leggings, have become increasingly easy to manufacture at high quality. The technical innovations that once justified premium pricing, like moisture-wicking fabrics, four-way stretch, flat lock seams, are now standard across the industry and are available at much lower price points. This commoditization means that the brand value becomes increasingly important but also increasingly fragile. Target can offer leggings that perform similarly to those costing 3 times as much, and the premium brand must offer something more than just functionality. For years, Lululemon offered cultural cachet and community belonging. But as the cultural position weakens, the value proposition becomes harder to defend. This brings us to the lessons for the premium brands. Now, Lululemon struggles offer critical lessons for any brand that is operating in the premium space. First and foremost, the cultural relevance is temporary. No brand, regardless of how dominant the position is, can assume that their cultural position is permanent. Staying relevant requires constant attention to shifting consumer values and behaviors, not just product quality or business metrics. Next, the core customer loyalty has limits. Even the most devoted customers will eventually walk away if they feel that a brand is no longer representing them or it understands their needs. Product expansion and growth strategies must feel authentic to the brand's core identity. Thirdly, premium pricing requires premium innovation. As the technical barriers to entry lower across most of the categories, premium brands must continually find new ways to justify their price points, whether through superior materials, through design innovation, or through brand experience. And lastly, marketing efficiency can become a weakness. While lean marketing budgets can boost short-term profitability, they can leave the brands vulnerable when competitive dynamics shift or when cultural momentum changes. So what is the path forward for Lululemon? Now, Lululemon challenges aren't necessarily fatal. Most of the fashion brands have recovered from worse positions, and the company still possesses significant strengths: a loyal core customer base, strong direct-to-consumer capabilities, and operational excellence. However, recovery will require acknowledging that the strategies that drove their initial success may not be sufficient for their next chapter. The company needs to rediscover what made customers fall in love with their products originally. Not just the technical performance, but also the aspirational lifestyle that they represented. This might mean stepping back from some of the recent product expansions to focus on perfecting their core offerings for current fashion sensibilities. More broadly, Lululemon's experience serves as a reminder of the inherent volatility in the fashion-adjusted businesses. Success in these categories requires not just operational excellence, but cultural intelligence and humility to recognize when the market has moved beyond your current position. The athleisure boom that powered Lululemon's rise isn't necessarily over, but it is evolving. The brands that will thrive in the next phase will be those that can adapt their products, their positioning, and their strategies to match where the culture is heading, not when it has been. For Lululemon, this means that the moment of struggle could become an opportunity to reimagine what premium athletic wear means in the post-pandemic and increasingly casual world, if they're willing to embrace the changes that are necessary to get there. That's all that we wanted to share with you in this video. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do stay tuned in for our next one.